Eclesiastés 12, versículo 3. Cuando temblarán los guardas de la casa y se encorvarán los hombres fuertes y cesarán las muelas porque han disminuido y se oscurecerán los que miran por las ventanas y las puertas de afuera se cerrarán por la bajeza de la voz de la muela y levantaráse a la voz del ave y todas las hijas de canción serán humilladas. Call halal, la Yahweh, Bahasam Yahweh Sai, Bahasam Rakapadash, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Sai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Sai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Sai, Bahasam Rakapadash. Doble honrada a los apóstoles, a los ancianos de Yasharala, Great Millstone y Shalom a los escogidos. Cuando temblarán los guardas de la casa y se encorvarán los hombres fuertes y cesarán las muelas porque han disminuido. Cuando haya poco trabajo y se oscurecerán los que miran por la ventana. Cuando haya tan poco trabajo que la gente tiene que ponerse a hacer cosas ilegales y cosas ilegales para mantenerse. Que los guardas de la casa tiemblen por el aumento de crimen y la puerta de afuera se cerrarán por la bajeza de la voz de la muela. Que todos estos negocios, los negocios vayan cerrando sus puertas. Eso ya se está acercando ese tiempo, man. Ellos dicen, aquí dicen que en 2023 van a cancelar muchas personas. Es probable que se produzca una recesión real en 2023 con despidos que se filtran a través de la economía. Will Rind. La tasa de desempleo de Estados Unidos se mantiene baja en 3.7%, que es una mentira porque los cálculos que ellos usan para ver la tasa de desempleo está basada en una métrica vieja de los años 70 y no se considera el cambio de los tiempos, que la tecnología y todas las cosas que han cambiado desde que se introdujo esa forma de calcular la tasa de desempleo. Así que la tasa de desempleo en Estados Unidos está más alto de lo que ellos dicen. Pero el debilitamiento de la economía y las tasas de interés más altas provocarán despidos, lo que provocará una recesión real en 2023, dijo Will Rind, fundador y director ejecutivo de Granite Shares. Una vez que esos despidos realmente comiencen a afectar, entonces entraremos en una recesión real que probablemente llegará en algún momento del próximo año, dijo. Si va a llegar en el 2023 y nosotros, si es la voluntad de Yahweh, o sea, que lleguemos a 2024, en el 2024 ahí sí se va a sentir, de verdad se va a sentir una recesión fuerte, pila de crimen por gente con necesidades. Los efectos de los últimos 2 años significan que los ahorros aún son relativamente saludables. Creo que todo cambia claramente cuando comenzamos a filtrar estos despidos a través de la economía y, de hecho, el mercado laboral de marcha atrás. Empresas como Meta, Twitter y Google han estado despidiendo trabajadores y esta caída de cuello blanco en la demanda de los consumidores provocará la pérdida de puestos de trabajo, dijo Rind. Dado que el 70% del PIB de Estados Unidos es consumo, una vez que ves que eso afecta la parte de la economía con mayores ingresos, creo que es cuando ves que estas cosas se revierten. Y ya estamos viendo, man, en Estados Unidos, si cuando eso afecte a Estados Unidos completamente, esos efectos se van a sentir en toda parte del mundo, porque Estados Unidos es es el importador más grande del mundo, porque Estados Unidos consume más de lo que exportan. Entonces eso se va a sentir en empresas que venden sus productos a Estados Unidos y eso afectará los trabajos en otros países también. Así que lo que pasa en Estados Unidos va a afectar el mundo entero y la gente tiene que prepararse por eso. Isaías 24, versículo 7. Perdióse el vino, enfermó la vid, gimieron todos los que eran alegres de corazón, porque ya no hay nada que hacer. Si no hay dinero, no hay nada que hacer. Cesó el regocijo de los panderos, acabóse el estruendo de los que se juelgan, paró la alegría del arpa. Ya no se va a escuchar música, porque si no hay dinero, no hay nada que hacer. ¿Para qué van a tocar música? No beberán vino con cantal, la bebida será amarga a los que la bebieren. Para los que tengan alcohol en ese tiempo, no van a beber con música, con gozo, con una mesa jugando dominó. Van a beber por amargura, para olvidarse de la amargura. Quebrantada está la ciudad de la vanidad, Estados Unidos. Toda casa se ha cerrado porque no entre nadie. Voces sobre el vino en las plazas, todo gozo se oscureció. Desterróse la alegría de la tierra. La gente se va a encerrar porque no va a haber nada que hacer, no va a haber trabajo. Desterróse la alegría de la tierra. Ahí se va a acabar la alegría de Babilonia, man. Ya no va a haber gozo, no va a haber nada, no va a haber trabajo. Okay, todo eso, Estados Unidos, el sueño americano se está convirtiendo en la pesadilla americana. Ya no vale la pena ir a Estados Unidos. El que todavía tenga sueño con ir a Estados Unidos, si ya Odysee no está contigo, tú te vas a comer un misil nuclear. Le voy a dejar ahí. Si están escuchando en español, shalom. Ecclesiastes 12. Ecclesiastes 12. Starting at verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. For the keepers of the house to be trembling, and the strong men to bow themselves. That means that it has to be a really rough time, all right? For the grinders to cease, that means that there is no work, all right? And if there's no work, that leads to people doing things that they've never done before in order to survive, all right? People are going to be resorting to crime. People are going to be doing illegal shit just to make ends meet. And if robbery goes up, hey, the strong men are going to be bowing themselves. And the door shall be shut in the streets, business is closing. When the sound of the grinding is low, there's very little work. Probably one or two shops in downtown still open. And it's probably because they got like a business that's like really, really essential. Probably might have pawn shops still open. Because people will be looking to sell everything they got. And it won't be for drugs, it'll be for food. A real recession is likely in 2023, with layoffs filtering through the economy. Will Rind. The U.S. unemployment rate remains low at 3.7%, which is a lie, because they're using a formula to calculate it that's based in the 70s. So it's completely outdated. And it's not based on current real world conditions. So that 3.7% is way higher than that, and the inflation rate is also way higher than what they're saying. But a weakening economy and higher interest rates will trigger layoffs, causing a real recession in 2023, said Will Rind, founder and CEO of Granite Shares. Once those layoffs really start to hit, then we get into the real recession, which is going to come most likely sometime next year, he said. The effects of the last couple of years means that savings are still relatively healthy. I think that all changes clearly when we start to get these layoffs filtering through the economy, and indeed the labor market goes into reverse. Hey, people are going to get laid off. They're going to go into their savings. They're going to be completely, once that dries up, you're going to be seeing crime really go up. And you always had your criminals that they operated even when things were good. They still they were still criminals. But you're going to be seeing people, so-called honest, hardworking people that are going to be resorting to crime. Companies like Meta, Twitter, and Google have been laying off workers, and this white-collar drop in consumer demand will drive job losses, said Rind. Given that 70% of U.S. GDP is consumption, once you see that impacting the higher-earning part of the economy, I think that's when you see these things go into reverse, he said. So America's going broke, all right? The jobs are getting fucked up. If it's the Lord's will that we make it to 2024, if it starts in 2023 and then 2024, that's when shit is really going to be full-blown, little work, mass layoffs, people struggling to make ends meet. The welfare system is going to be completely strained. I wouldn't be surprised if the whole welfare system if that shit collapses, man. But these Democrats will try to keep that shit up just so they can have that vote. just so they can have the poor people vote. And you know who I'm talking about, the poor. I'm talking about Jake. All right, just so they can have Jake. Jake only vote Democrat because of the shit that the government gives him. If you take all that away, Jake will vote Republican or might not even vote at all. And really, a lot of Jake ain't really voting that much lately. All right, Jake really ain't really. Jake is waking up to you know, they're waking up to the scam that is American politics. And you know, it says 70% of U.S. GDP is consumption. Imagine that shit. That just goes to show you America is the biggest importing nation, consuming nation on the planet. And if the people that are consuming are broke, if Americans start going broke, a lot of businesses, a lot of exporters around the world are gonna start feeling that shit, and then that's gonna be affecting the economies in the countries that those exporters are from. So whatever happens in America is gonna be like a trickle down effect that's gonna affect everywhere else around the planet. All those countries, all those businesses that do business with America, China's gonna feel it, right? China, that's America's biggest client right there. I mean, Salaki, that's China's biggest client right there. America is China's biggest client. Who else buys all the shit that you see in Walmart, Costco's, all the big stores and all that? Who else? I mean, you got countries all over the world that buy from China, but America is the biggest customer, man. So that shit's gonna be affecting even China. You're gonna be seeing layoffs everywhere, man. It's gonna make the Great Depression look like a walk in the park. Isaiah 24, verse 7. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. People ain't gonna be partying anymore, man, because when you're broke, when there's no money, how can you hold a party when there's no money? And when you're broke, you're gonna be, you know, hey man, being broke, that shit is demoralizing, man. I've gone through some really rough periods in my life of unemployment, just having like $20 to my name in the bank, you know, some really rough times. Pawning shit off, you know, to hold me down until I can get a job. And hey, and in those times, man, I wasn't really in no mood to be in no mirth, man. I had no mirth. I wasn't in no mood to party or nothing, man. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Hey, but my wine was weed. All right, I cope with all the hard shit through weed. Hey, there was always money for weed though, for some reason. Even when shit was tough. Even though, you know, I had to cut back a little bit on the weed because of the money situation. But that was how I coped. And alcohol is like the number one coping mechanism in the world. So people are not gonna be drinking because it's a good occasion, like social drinkers, they only drink at parties and shit like that. Nah, man, people are gonna be drinking to forget. They're gonna be drinking that strong drink, man. They're gonna be, whoever still got alcohol in those times, they're gonna be, you know, they're gonna be busting out them bottles, man. That whiskey or whatever, man, vodka, just so they could forget their hardships. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. Hey, when there's nothing to do, you're gonna be locked up inside your house, man. What's the point of going out when there's no money to go out? There's no money to eat out. There's no money to go to a bar to drink. There's no money to do nothing. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Hey, the city of confusion, Babylon, man, being broken down. America's being broken down. All the mirth. You go out in some cities and you hear people playing music on the streets, street performers and all that. All that shit is gonna cease. All right. Friday nights, Saturday nights, when you go around areas where they got nightclubs and shit, you ain't gonna hear no music, man. You ain't gonna hear no music because there's barely gonna be anybody in there, man. You'll probably gotta lay off all the bartenders, probably just keep one or two because nobody's really going there anymore. Clubs probably laying off all their bouncers, they probably just keep one. The mirth, man, the mirth is gone. All right, America is through. And I don't know why so-called Dominicans, so-called Mexicans, still trying to sneak into America, man. Still trying to go to America, man. America, they don't can't these people see that the jig is up? All right, the party is over. Issachar still going to America, man. Still trying to look for opportunity in El Norte. There ain't shit in El Norte. All right. I know situation is tough in Mexico, man, but hey, a lot of Jake still sneaking into America, man. Hey, Yahweh Shai is not with you. They're just sneaking into America to eat a missile. So I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna give all praise to Yahweh Shai. Call halal, la Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakabudash, Barakti Yahweh, Barakti Yahweh Shai, Barakti Yahweh, Barakti Yahweh Shai, Barakti Yahweh, Barakti Yahweh Shai, the water, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Rakabudash. Double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Yasharala, Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, Abba Ball, Abad Kal Gawiyam, Abad Kal Adawamium, Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.